This Jay Muse.
This is Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hey, this is Brian Holler.
This is Brett Dahl.
Hey, this is Eddie Trunk, and you're listening to Beer Bros and BS.
Beers Bros BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
You should be listening to Beer Bros and BS every day, every minute for the rest of your lives.
Snooch to the nooch.
Welcome to Beer Bros and BS, your home for pulp culture, craft beer, and other BS. This is episode 57. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight we're live at Wakefield Brewery. I'm joined by
Alex, the king of Alapata.
Tony.
JJ the Mill Chef.
And we have a special guest for everyone tonight.
Alex G. Money.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, number 3.
Yeah, welcome
That's
back.
great to be here, guys.
The trilogy.
Three's a charm, man. I dig it. Thank you so much for having me here tonight.
Thanks for having us again here. We always love recording here. Especially love your guys' beer. I mean, I guess it's like one every other episode. It's like
Just dig it.
And because we didn't have any last episode, I guess we got to do all your beers tonight. What beers are we going to be drinking tonight?
Oh, man. Well, you guys truly have been phenomenal coming out here and representing our beers with all your support. So first and foremost, thank you for all that, guys. I mean, we listen to you guys and we hear you, just like we listen to our community and try to make everybody happy and try to produce true quality, consistent beers for everyone to enjoy. So really stoked tonight. We got a great lineup here of a flight. We will be starting off this evening with Brush, which is an Imperial Stout. Then we'll be jumping into Citrus Spectrum, real nice Saison. Following that up with Manatees at the Power Plant. To then come up with our One Trick Pony. And finishing off with 2016 batch of DFPF.
Ow!
She's a beauty.
So
Love it.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about the first one?
All right, so Brush here is a really exciting beer. This is actually a collaboration with Omnipollo from Sweden. Henok, real cool dude. He's like a gypsy brewer. He kind of goes around brewing up these magical liquids. And we had a pleasure of coming down here with him, and we came up with this delicious, sticky, full-bodied, rich Imperial Stout, clocking in at 14.5%.
Wow.
To this awesome stout, we've added some amazing adjuncts. We have a house-made marshmallow. We have Tahitian vanilla bean. We've got hazelnut coffee. And we got cacao nibs. And to finish it off, a little bit of ancho chili to give you some heat. So we got a lot of stuff going on in there. Starts off very sweet, but as it warms up, you'll start to notice that ancho chili creeping up with a little bit of heat on you. Real smooth.
This is spectacular.
I have to say that everyone's first taste of this, us three on this side of the table, was all just smiles. I think we lifted a few inches off the floor.
Yeah, Alex, I want to tell you how much I love you. I'm confessing my love for you right now.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm wearing my optical illusion pants because boing. Amazing.
This is definitely everything you want in a stout. It's got all the complexities, subtleties, that roastiness, slight malty sweetness, incredible body.
Yeah, like a great mouthfeel too. Like,
Yeah.
Incredible.
And thick
Like-
mocha head. It's
like amazing, sweet dessert beer. Wow.
And it works
I'm like
great
at a loss for
breakfast,
words
too.
for
You
this.
can consider it as a breakfast stout.
No.
We even consider, we dub it the Miami Mexican breakfast stout. Little Miami Mexican flavor, real nice, enjoyable with your pancakes. Replace your coffee with something delicious like
see it,
this.
yeah.
I mean, I find it real sticky and just rich. So I mean, I'd pour this instead of syrup on top of my pancakes.
Yeah.
You could totally do it.
Easily.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's amazing about this? They usually, there's a lot of marshmallow beers coming out right now, marshmallow stouts and porters, and this is probably the first one I think I've had where you get the marshmallow like in the middle, because you get flavors up front of the, you got the mocha up front, and then you get marshmallow, and then you get vanilla beans, and then you get the ancho chili at the end, like you were saying. Yeah,
I think the marshmallows really bulk up the body of the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I've never seen such a blend of flavors, where it hits all the palate. Amazing. I love you.
And super balanced too. Like,
Where do we go from here?
You definitely get all of it.
Yeah, starting out at 14 and a half.
Downhill or upwards?
Yeah, I'm surprised we started with this one.
So, as always, we always like to start off the show with a round of Would You Rather. So, guys, Would you rather have the speed of the Flash only when swatting bugs, or the strength of Superman only when opening jars? We're starting out real simple, real light.
Hold on. I have to repeat this to make sure I am understanding this. The strength of Superman,
Only opening jars.
and this is all kind of jars.
Yeah,
From like a simple bottle cap to twist. Right?
exactly. There is
Whoa.
not a jar you cannot open. And you can use, you want to be fast about it, you want to be strong about it. That is you. Or there is no mosquito you can't kill, no gnat you can't swat around you.
That one, because I fucking hate bugs and they're everywhere down here.
Yeah, I would have to go with Speed of the Flash killing
Hell yeah.
insects because I hate insects, especially roaches.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw a bug on my wiener.
Yes. Yes.
It took one question for us to get
Does
weird.
that count?
So you have
I gotta get that ant off of there.
And I'm glad he's not recording that anymore.
so you can
He's
get
gonna
that
go
make sure
down
you
the
use-
ant hole.
Make sure you use permanent marker.
I was gonna say, I don't know. That might be dangerous too. Hey, the speed of the Flash, you
I was gonna say
might get some burn.
Yeah, some rug burn. I think I'd have to agree and go with the speed of the Flash. And I think I would just turn that into a business. And anybody that has pest control with like wasp or bee nests and things of that nature at their house, make a few simple bucks in just a couple seconds or faster. Pretty wicked, I think.
I like it.
That's brilliant.
All right, guys. Would you rather have a 50% chance of saying the whole uncensored lyrics to My Neck, My Back in any given sentence, or say My milkshake brings other boys to the yard in every sentence? Which one? You got a 50-50. It's going to come out.
In
every sentence. Just those lines, the way I said it.
Always? Or
Yeah.
every time I
Which
say...
one? Which one?
So every sentence I say ends in one of those two?
No, it may.
Only
Yeah, 50.
only half the
Oh,
time.
in
Yeah.
May, only half the time? Damn.
So which would you rather have as your catchphrase, basically?
Yeah.
I go with my neck, my back.
Your pussy and your
I
crack.
appreciate that.
Dude, either way, it's not optimal.
I'm not
But
gonna lie. I think I would really enjoy my pussy being licked. So I'd have to go with the same catchphrase.
what?
You heard it here. Beer Bros BS. G Money would rather have his pussy licked.
So it's your third time on the show, so it's a menage a trois.
Yeah, it's a little mangina. Who's gonna compete with that?
I'll go with the milkshake one.
So now, we're going to start getting a little
What
weird.
if we come
No, this is
Well,
what...
now it's gonna get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the dick.
So would you rather pee out a grape or poop out a grapefruit?
Damn.
This is simple. I will pee out a grape, and I will make the world's first penis wine.
I thought that they already had penis wine in China.
I was gonna say on the league, right?
Oh,
They have
Yeah.
No
It was like
shit.
3 penis wine.
Yeah.
So what the hell is a penis wine?
They put like
I'm
horse
just gonna-
dick in
I'm just
the
gonna
wine, the ferment.
Jibby out a bunch of grapes, then I'm gonna step on them and make a real nice wine from jibbied out grapes.
This is a lose-lose for me. I'm a little dude.
Spoiler alert:
I'm gonna die.
fermented with schmegma.
Well, I had kidney stones at one point, so I
So
don't
you
want
care to relive that?
No, I do not want to relive that. So I'll take the grapefruit from the butt.
But wait, hold on, dude. Grapes are soft and mushy. You can kind of work with that. Whether you got this large,
I've got my
softball
flash hand too.
size-
Can make it get out real quick. All right. I switched my mind to
Put a
grape.
juicer up JJ's ass. Damn, too late for that one.
I think I'd have to go with the grapefruit because it wouldn't be too far off from my poops at this time.
You heard it here.
They're
Beer
like a
Bros BS.
catastrophe, like each time, you guys.
Tony has
it's not good.
grapefruit shits.
7.0 on the Richter scale.
I'm right there with Tony.
Do not go in there.
All right. Would you rather brush your teeth for a whole day for $10,000, just one whole day, you just brushing your teeth,
Wait, waking hours or 24 hours?
waking hours,
Okay.
and you can't be like, I'm just gonna sleep today. I'm gonna take Tylenol PM all day. No.
Do you have to keep applying toothpaste?
Yeah. Or brush your teeth for the whole month and get $1 million.
Oh, I don't think I could do the month.
What did you get in one day?
10,000. So you'd end up with
I would do
300,000?
Are you allowed to create a mechanical device that can just automatically brush your
Oh, can
teeth?
it be a mechanical toothbrush?
Sure.
Yes.
I think I would attempt for the month.
What?
Just
But how do you take breaks?
On super soft so that my enamel and gums still survive.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
Yeah,
might
you
not
definitely have to have a
toothpaste.
soft toothbrush, right?
You know, and then I'll walk out with the cleanest teeth and $1 million.
after a month.
And I guess you could, like you could walk around and do stuff. You just have to have one hand occupied brushing your teeth, right?
Yeah.
When you get
Well,
a
how do
blood
you
clot,
eat?
like
With the
having
other
your
hand.
arm up that whole time, like you would die.
Hence
Shake-
a mechanical
diet.
device.
You could. So you also have to be on a liquid diet for that month.
No,
And you want to try and eat steak at the same time? You guys still got to be
yeah, you
brushing
could
your teeth.
Jesus.
like
That changes
It's a
things a bit.
free $1
Unless
million.
it's honey, you
Complain
got
about
fruits
that?
in your butt.
I
so
don't know.
then
No,
you're
I'll
okay.
go with the 10,000. I could do 10,000 in a day. That's nice.
Oh, hold on. Is the month long also waking hours?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with a month long. I think I'd attempt that.
yeah,
If I don't succeed, do I get some kind of...
You get the cleanest teeth humankind has ever seen. Okay, so would you rather be permanently followed by 10 quacking ducks that you can't get rid of, or have an uncatchable dude that comes into your living room each day to take a dump on your floor?
Wait, so he's coming in my living room and he's shitting?
Every
That
day.
simultaneously?
He enters your living
No,
room.
no.
Oh,
He's
he
entering.
enters.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
goes into your living room and shits. You can't catch him.
What
No
kind
matter
of what
you
kind
do.
of sicko did you think he was? Huh?
it's actually me, and I'm shitting grapefruit-sized turds.
And it was brought back.
Yeah, I'll take the quacking ducks.
Oh, quacking. I thought they were fucking ducks. Because I think I could watch
Fucking quacking
a
ducks?
gang of ducks fucking.
Hey, real quick,
if you're
where's
into
the
that.
where's the weirdest place you've ever seen ducks fuck?
Wait, the weirdest place?
Publix?
Yeah.
Outside?
Like inside or in the
in
parking
that
lot?
little where you get the cart,
Okay.
the
All right.
vestibule.
All right. Yeah, the vestibule. Okay.
They're always fucking at the hospitals.
Yeah, apparently ducks are rapists.
They are rapists.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are.
they
And I
just
saw
hop on.
one.
And they have,
well,
like-
here, actually, I have something to
Assholes.
check this out. Can they really be rapists? Because I saw them fucking on top of a lamppost. So, like, how do you convince the female duck to get up? Was she already there?
Well, she
She's
was trying to
already
get away,
perched.
but but
Well,
like-
she came in wearing talking like Cosby in the '80s, the hoop and shoe.
No, but I actually saw a video where like it explained about ducks, and like male ducks have because ducks are like rapists, right? Like,
I think most animals are rapists.
well,
I was
granted.
gonna say,
But so like male ducks have evolved to like rape the females, right? And so the female ducks evolved vagina mazes to like
That's why they have corkscrew dicks.
they have corkscrew penises. Ducks are some fucked up shit.
dude, fuck you, ducks. That ain't right.
Too bad Jose's not here to answer this next question. Would you rather be a cat living with someone who's a dog person, or be a dog that lives with a cat person?
Say that one more time.
Cat with a dog person.
Would
Because
you rather be a dog that lives with a cat person, or be a cat that lives with a dog person?
Dog people are awesome. So
I'd rather be a
I
dog
think-
'cause I
think
would
a
actually
cat,
be
as a
intelligent.
cat, I would be blessed to live with dog people.
I would be a dog living with a cat person.
I'll be the dog.
What a dog? Why? Because you want to
Does
be a
the
dog?
cat
Is it the
person
being a
have
dog?
a partner who's a dog person?
That's your call.
Now,
Yeah, I'd rather be a dog than a cat. I'm a total dog person, and I know like if I had a cat, like I'd be pissed off at the fucking cat all the time. So I'd rather be a dog living with a cat person.
You just got to set up with Sonia. Congratulations, you played yourself. Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done. Would you rather always have your phone battery be at 100% power, or never look bad in a photograph?
Oh,
Ever.
never look bad in a photograph. Any photograph?
Any.
Photograph of my nuts, and it's like, oh wow, those are like spectacular nuts.
the most beautiful nuts I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
exactly.
Exactly. I'm going.
Look at that royal penis.
What Reyes said. Yeah,
And so like
But-
in
but
photographs I'd have like ripped abs. And
But just just in photographs, though, because next time you go to the beach, they'll be like, "What the fuck is that? What happened to Tony in a week?" We saw him post that picture on Instagram.
Tinder will never work.
That's selfie whore.
I could be a model though.
I was gonna say, how many people put up those kind of fake pictures on social media? Like, oh wait, I took it from this angle. No, that ain't you.
Catfishing everybody.
Yeah, I think I'd go for looking good in photographs because you can buy those spare battery chargers, and you don't have to worry about.
And
your
you know what?
batteries
And photographs are how people remember you. So everybody will remember you as a good-looking guy.
Exactly.
Oh, what are you saying? He doesn't look like a good-looking guy?
especially
Well,
on
what
social
if-
media.
what if you're-
I
what
went
if
with
you're
the
an
same
ugly
thing.
looking dude.
We're all
You're an
sexy
ugly
beasts.
looking dude, and you got a perfect ugly looking photo, or does the photo convert an ugly looking dude into some handsome guy?
Second one.
Second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're tempted.
But then that means if you ever went missing, the missing photo, they would never find you. They would never
The
find
most
you.
beautiful.
Or they find you, they'd be like, "Man, he let himself go."
What did they do to you?
In a day.
It is a difficult choice because if you always have 100% battery life, then that means you could always be tracked. No matter what. If you're trying to fall off the grid, or if you've done something that you're trying to fall off the grid, you can always be found. Unless, I guess, if you toss your phone away,
Unless you just don't bring
does
it.
it
But it's
come back
nice.
to you magically?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
It's always a weird situation when your phone dies, right? It could either be a relief or like tremendous anxiety.
Very true.
Bit of both.
All right, so let me ask you guys then. You're taken hostage with a bus full of tourists. The gunman gives you an ultimatum. Would you rather take the gun, shoot every tourist on the bus in the leg once, or you have to shoot yourself in the head once, anywhere in the head?
So like through the cheek.
Yeah.
I'd do that one.
Yeah,
I would
would
be
do
like
that.
50.
I don't get it. What's the point, though, at the end?
Yeah, this is morbid. What the fuck, Dave?
Well, then he lets you go.
Do you still survive?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it depends where you shoot yourself.
What's the ultimatum if you shoot
He shoots
the
everybody else.
tourists?
He shoots everyone else. You shoot one person in the leg. Each person in this, let's say we're all going on a beer tour. You shoot everyone in this room in the leg once, and,
Oh, so
you're good to
meaning
go.
that I myself, I don't get shot in the leg. I'm clear.
No.
Oh, I thought
You
it was.
You don't shoot yourself in the leg. You shoot everyone else, or you shoot yourself one time in the face somewhere. But it has to hit skin.
How many tourists are there?
Let's say as many people that are in this brewery.
Oof.
So you can save, they're all going to be alive. You're shooting them in the leg, for God's sakes. So, I mean, you got like 30 people maybe that are going to limp for a little bit, and then you're okay to...
Scot-free, but only you go out.
I think
Or you shoot yourself
in the head, right?
You shoot yourself
That's
in the head
intense.
somewhere.
You
In
can
the
shoot your
face.
ear.
Yeah, what
you
if
can
I
shoot
like,
through
just
the
like put the
cheek.
gun up to the bottom of my earlobe?
Sure, but show me at what angle you would do that. You would shoot up the back of your neck.
You should definitely.
You
You
wouldn't
should
be able to
definitely
hear
aim
anything
for the
for the
top
rest
of
of
your
your
ear.
life.
What kind of
I
gun
know-
is it, and what kind of bullets?
It's a 9
It's a
millimeter.
BB gun. Aw.
You shoot yourself in the face in
With
the
a
head,
9mm.
with a 9mm. Everybody.
I mean, that's
goes
not a big.
free.
That's not a big. It's not a big round. You can pull your ear out a little bit. Huh?
Do you
Pull it
get a
out little
reward
bit.
at the end if
Just
you
make
shoot
sure,
yourself
make sure
to be
the
a
gun's
hero?
turned away though. You know, you might take. You might get a finger. You might get a finger.
You might get a finger. You might go deaf.
I say the cheek is the safest way to do it.
Put the
Just-
gun in.
Yeah, and,
Like in your mouth and
Yeah,
then
do it.
shoot it out?
For I
If
wish
you
our
have a
viewers
fancy
could
beard
see
like
that.
the king of
It
Alabama
sounds
here.
good. Fuck you, Alex.
I would shoot
And
you
your
all.
G-Money.
I would shoot you all without even thinking about it, and I'd be scot-free.
I think
Actually-
I would shoot everybody as well.
Could I shoot Dave 20 times?
Yeah, just save everybody.
You could, but you'd still have to shoot everyone in the
Oh,
leg.
okay. I thought like you could,
I think almost everybody would choose the same thing. At least more than 50% would go for shooting everyone else in the leg.
Because you get to go scot-free.
Yeah. And
Rather than
that's
you
a
shoot
lot
yourself.
easier of a wound than a shotgun to the face.
Yeah, you would be dead.
So tell us about the next beer.
All right. We are moving along to beer number 2,
Get a
and we
little
have
positive.
Citrus Spectrum. This is another amazing collaboration. This one is with Transmitter Brewing, the farmhouse ale guys, killing it out there. So Citrus Spectrum is a real nice saison, clocking in at 6% ABV. It's more focused on the yeast itself, so you're going to find lots of those Belgian characteristics, bubble gum, a little bit of banana coming through, some slight spices. But what's really cool is we did throw a bunch of citrus fruits in here, and I mean an array of citrus, oranges, tangerines, key limes, lemons. King of Alapata, help me out here. I know I'm missing one or two
grapefruit.
more. Grapefruits. I mean, just a ton of citrus went up into this bad boy. Very well-rounded, great for the South Florida weather, very easy to drink.
I was gonna say,
you guys have
it's
a sip,
real
let me
light.
know what you think.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a good balance of what you said, like the bubblegum banana saison, prototype, and you get like it's not, the citrus is not in your face. It just kind of blends along with it.
Personally, I find the citrus more on the back end. You get
Yeah.
the Belgian characteristics up front, and it finishes off with that citrus profile.
That
I
citrus
completely-
profile kind of it makes it very round for me. It's a very soft flavor. It's not too sharp, not too pungent. Definitely, you got that yeast funk. This is a really good saison. I enjoy this one a lot.
Yeah, I think this is one of the ones that you can definitely tell it's a saison that was made for down here in South Florida for warm temperatures. I find this very refreshing.
Yeah, definitely a beach beer.
We actually will be bottling this beer up very soon in 750 milliliter bottles, so that will be available in package to go, exclusively sold here through the tap room. So if you guys do follow us throughout social media, we will make those announcements through our social media outlets. So if you follow us at J Wakefield Beer, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that information will be there for you. So stay tuned, follow us up, and get those release dates.
And for those who don't know, where exactly is the brewery located?
So brewery is located right here in Miami in the heart of the Wynwood Arts District. We're on 120 Northwest 24th Street. That's Miami, Florida, 33127.
Awesome.
Speaking of bottle releases, we have one coming up very soon here at the brewery, right? And we already actually drank one of the beers.
Very exciting indeed.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell us about it.
Well, on February 4th, Saturday, February 4th, there will be the release of the 2 Omnipollo collabs, One Trick Pony, which is coming up, and Brush, which you just heard us orgasm over. And also the 2017 batch of the FPF.
World famous, number one. The number one ranked sour beer in the world, Berliner.
Right here in your hometown of Miami.
The bottom.
The bottom,
Miami.
bitch.
305.
Yeah,
Made
one of
in
my
May.
favorite beers out there, man. DFPF, so good.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard filming started for Infinity War, the Marvel film.
What's that?
Yeah, so you got all the superheroes coming together to finally face off with Thanos, who, by the way, if you visit the brewery, on the garage door, if the door is down, if you're lucky enough, Thanos himself is on there with the gauntlet. So
I thought he was the man in the floating chair.
Well,
According to Thor.
in the films he is. So there's tons of great art here in the brewery. If you come to the tap room, it's incredible. But
Especially if you're a fan of Star Wars.
especially, but
Wait, the stars have been fighting?
God damn it, Dave. So, which made me think about, they've introduced some very unique characters in all the movies. We got Rocket Raccoon and Groot and Ant-Man and, some not well-known characters. But have you ever thought about what is some of the strangest or obscure characters that comic books have ever come up with? Well, I'm going to tell you about it.
Do you have a list for us?
I sure do. So the first one comes from DC Comics. It's Arm Fall Off Boy.
Arm fall off boy.
What's his
He's in his
superpower?
pubescent years with his bedroom door locked. That's
Pretty much. So, and has no correlation to Fallout Boy, the band. So, his superpower is that he can detach any of his major limbs, his arms or his legs, and then he uses them as a weapon. That's his.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Because,
amazing.
Those are his only 4 major limbs.
Could his
It's only those 4 major ones.
could his limbs be used against him?
I would imagine if you can take it out of his hand because he doesn't have super strength.
Can you imagine if a villain took away his leg, rammed it right up his ass?
So the next one I'm going to show you guys a photo of. The character is another DC character. DC had some very strange one. His name is the Matter Eater, and he's got a mouthful of still, as you can see here. So
Looks like JJ tried to shoot a hole in his cheek.
very Very good, sir. So, as his name implies, he can eat any material, and that's his only superpower. So, if they need to break into a certain area, but it actually came in handy because there would
Even
be
Taco Bell?
even Taco Bell,
What was his name again?
Matter Eater.
AKA the ladies' pleaser.
So, and
He'll eat anything.
so the continue down the list. We've got another one, another DC character. As in your eyeball, Scream. His only superpower was that he can turn anything into ice cream, including himself, which, in his first appearance as a supervillain, he turned himself into ice cream and he got killed by the sun.
Oh, so these are villains, they're
Worst.
not heroes.
Supervillain ever.
Oh, I'll give you a hero, and this one's from Marvel. Big Bertha. Doesn't leave too much imagination. She was part of the Avengers Great Lakes series.
Great
Yes.
Lakes.
The Great Lakes have Avengers.
Well, that was during the 50 State Initiative. Yeah. About 2004, 5, 6.
Right. And
They got great beer up there, don't you know?
Oh, yes. And there's actually a very popular character.
Next to the pop.
Yeah, there's actually a very popular character from that group called Squirrel Girl, who she could control squirrels, and she dresses like a squirrel. They're making a TV show for her.
Yeah,
Is
she's
she,
actually quite powerful.
Yeah, and she's very...
No,
she's legit powerful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So-
that gives me flashbacks to when I was a kid, and I think it was Sword in the Stone by Disney. That was a cartoon where the wizard turns the boy into a little squirrel, and he's running through the trees with a girl squirrel, and she's all like erotically sexy as a cartoon squirrel. I don't know why.
Dude, like Gadget from Rescue Rangers.
Oh, Jesus. So, Big Bertha, her superpower is she's a supermodel from that area. And her superpower is that she can enhance herself to be very large. Think the character of the Blob. So
Or
she
like
can...
Apache Chief.
yeah, but fat. So she can... the idea is she becomes invincible to any bullets or whatever because...
She's impervious.
Except Matter Eater.
She's a sucker for Matter Eater.
So was this character based on your mom's?
No! Shots fired, shots fired. So I got two more real quick ones for you. The next one is another Marvel one. This is from way back in the days. This is Hell Cow. It came from the Dracula comic books, which was a Marvel comic series for a while, where Blade actually came from. And what happened was Dracula bit a cow named Betsy. And
of course.
Of course. The
What
farmer,
else do you name cows?
Yeah, of course. And then the cow became... They
Mabel.
buried the cow, and 3 days later, the cow came back to life. And, of course, the cow had to go attack Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck then proceeded...
No kidding.
And so Howard the Duck killed her with a wooden stake to Bessie's heart.
I would have loved to seen that fight.
Rest in peace.
So the wooden stake killed the steak?
Yes, it sure did. And then my final
Medium
one...
rare, bitch.
Hey, you better
Extra
move
bloody.
over. So
Utter destruction.
Nice. And then my last one for you. Finally, DC had to top all those other terrible ones. We have Danny the Streets. Yes. That is exactly what it sounds like. There's a sentient street in the comic books of DC where it can think, it can teleport, it has telekinesis powers. It's also a transvestite.
This sounds more powerful than
And
Arm
this is
Fall
a
Off
street
Boy.
or a person?
It is an actual physical street. And it's able to communicate to all of the whoever they're battling.
Hey, get off of me!
Via street signs. No, it's street signs of the shops and plazas that are
'Cause
there.
The street doesn't have a mouth.
Oh, so it's not just like the asphalt.
Right.
It's all the buildings on the street.
It's
as
everything, all the buildings on that said street. A sentient street that came to life. And they did note that it is a transvestite street, which I don't know how you describe a street from male or female either
Well,
way.
I guess that's why it's a transvestite, because whatever it's dressing as
Oh,
isn't
not,
what it is.
Not every street has a fire hydrant. Hello.
Whoa.
All the stores are drag
so
shops.
ignorant to streets and street hierarchy, JJ.
So, and by the way, Danny the Street was a full-fledged member of the Teen Titans. So a major group in DC Comics.
And
so
I guess the name Danny is fitting for it being a transvestite street because it could be Daniela or Daniel.
That's for you, Dan, for not being here today.
Shots fired.
No, best of luck to him and his family. No, seriously.
I'm interested to find out like the whole origin story of Danny the Streets.
Well, you're gonna have to.
You can
They
find
built
out
the
more.
street on an Indian burial ground.
I guess.
Is Danny the Streets relative to Danny, California? Is that just a whole state that transports trannies and goes?
I'm not sure. We might have to inquire with DC Comics.
Find
about
out next issue.
All right, I guess I'll go next. So I was reading. There's tons of stuff we could talk about that's going on right now. But I say let's keep it upbeat, light, funny. So I read that in India, a man was arrested. Now, what do you think a man could be arrested for? Or not India, I'm sorry. This was in Bangladesh. What do you think he was arrested for?
Showing his penis to a tiger.
Nothing like that.
for eating a hamburger in the street.
Nope.
Stealing French fries?
Nah. Okay. He was
listening to hip hop music.
He was arrested in his 27th wife's home by a complaint from his 25th wife.
That bitch.
Know your place, 25.
Yeah, so the man is accused of having married 28 times.
But is that legal there? Is that like Mormonhood or?
No, it's that he was asking for you're going to get request dowries
from
the women in their
player.
family. So I'm trying to see where he. Okay, so his 25th wife found out he was married several times after her, and then tracked down 17 other wives of his, finding out it was about.
She's totally okay with being like number 25.
I think he has about 10 children.
I usually am.
Already?
With those 17 different women. Well, if
10
you just,
from each woman?
No,
because this isn't
altogether.
going on right now. This has been going on for years.
Yeah, probably about a good 20 years.
That's how he keeps the families going. It's like a Ponzi scheme of families.
And he said, no, I was only married 11 times. I wasn't married 28 times. That's absurd.
Just 11.
What, are you crazy?
His name is Yaspin Biapari from the Tautali of the Barunga district. I probably murdered that. All of our listeners from Bangladesh, please forgive me. There are 3 of you. I know you guys listen to us.
The only things I know about Bangladesh is 1, George Harrison put on a badass concert many years ago out there. And then 2, some of the finest thread T-shirts in Bangladesh as well.
It's true.
Way better than made in China.
Yep, I agree. I had one for a while. I wore that red dragon one all the time. I do remember that.
And that brings us to
I know it's near India.
Yeah. And that brings us to our 3rd beer of the night.
Ooh, okay, we're at that time. Here we are with beer number 3. So today we are sipping on Manatees at the Power Plant. This beer was actually freshly kegged this morning. So we're drinking just an extremely young beer at
Brand
its
new
freshest
beer.
moment. This is another wonderful collaboration with our friends out in D.C., these chill-ass motherfuckers from 3 Stars Brewing. So Manatees at the Power Plant is an Imperial Berliner Weiss at 6% ABV. That doesn't sound imperial when you think about imperials and doubles regularly, but traditionally a Berliner Weiss is about 3.5%. So you're doubling that bad boy up. Technically, it's considered an Imperial Berliner. So this real nice light grain bill, and we brewed this with a fruit called Ugly Fruit. That is UGLI.
You ain't got no alibi.
Yeah, baby. So Ugly Fruit is a fruit straight from Jamaica. It is a hybrid of the grapefruit, tangerine, and orange. Lots of citrus notes coming through. And then we finished it off with a couple pounds of guava. So you'll find right off the bat, real nice citrus tang, light, tart, sour, refreshing, with real wonderful guava notes to the nose with that sweet guava finish.
It's very good.
Yeah, that ugly fruit. I actually got to taste it, and it's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Well, it is. It's a beautiful experience from an ugly fruit. Yeah, it really does taste like all different kinds of citrus fruit. I mean,
No brown bagging.
It bruises quicker.
And what's the name in reference to?
So manatees at the power plant comes from the guys from D.C. It's their first visit out here, and I guess as tourists do, they kind of go around Miami, and I believe they were out, just experiencing the sights, and they saw some manatees floating around. We got a famous power plant out here. I think it's Turkey Point.
Yep.
And just being weird as us weird beer guys are, just naming up weird names for beers. Manatees at the power point was something they saw throughout the day and ended up being topic of conversation and finishing off with a beer name.
Nice. And this beer has 0 radiation.
So do you want to tell us about anything going on in the brewery?
Let's see. So, this Manatees at the power plant is actually going to be bottled up pretty soon. So that's going to be another bottle release you can look forward to coming out of J. Wakefield Brewing. Really, the next biggest things coming out, I know we touched a little bit on it earlier about DFPF being released on February 4th. We'll talk a little bit more on that when we get to the finale here. But most importantly, we're about to celebrate 2 years, guys. 2 years of producing craft beer for our community, man.
That is
it's
awesome.
going down February 18th. Wakefest 2017. Tickets still available online. It's www.jwakefieldbrewing.com/events. Get your tickets now before they sell out, guys. It's going to be a wild beer festival. Just crazy breweries from all over the country and all around the world. It's going to be a beer fest like none other ever put down here in Miami.
Oh.
So if you happen to be in the area or if you're from out of state looking for a good time, you're really into beer, you want to try something that's just going to be palate bursting, come on out here and join us for Wakefest, guys. It's something you don't want to miss out, truly.
absolutely, man. It's definitely a premier beer event. If you went to any of the previous ones, whether it was the grand opening or the 1 year, the caliber of beer that's being poured at these events is insane. There was Morning Delight last year. There was a keg of Morning Delight.
Yeah.
If that doesn't entice you, I don't know what will. It's definitely like whale season. It's out of hand, out of control.
Yeah, just the list of breweries that are going to be attending is like killer, and it's just like,
Make your beer dreams come true. Make your beer dreams come true.
So many
Get your
that,
tickets
don't-
online now.
that don't have their beers here in distribution. You can come out and try.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, to me, this rivals anything national-wise based on just the list of breweries that are going to be here and based on previous years that I've done it. There's truly nothing like it. Some of the best people that you're ever going to meet in the beer industry are going to be here.
There was also a half barrel of Zombie Dust last year. A half barrel of Zombie Dust. That beer had never been tapped in Dade County before. And there was a half barrel of it. There was no line for Hunapu or Sherry barrel-aged Zukov. There was no line for it because there was so much great beer from everywhere else in the country. It was incredible. It was just...
Mariana's Trench from Due South was there last year.
It was nuts.
What's
It was nuts.
the
this
date again?
year is going to put the 1 year anniversary to shame. We've gone bigger and badder, and we got a lot more breweries involved, a lot more exciting beers to be out here. We're really changed the whole format of our anniversary celebration and making it more of a rare beer festival, which is more common out of the state of Florida, where craft beer have been thriving for much longer than what it is down here in Miami. So really exciting format. Try to get something new and different for everybody. Just trying to, introduce South Florida to what craft beer really is all about, and step outside the American adjunct lager. And
What-
and that's what it is. Just try new things.
What's the date again?
Wakefest
sorry.
is going to go down February 18th.
And the location?
Location is going to be 1 block down the street from the brewery at the Mana Wynwood complex. The address off the top of my head is, I know it's just Northwest 23rd Street, but all details are on the website.
You can Google it, and we'll also be posting that information on our social media streams.
Appreciate that, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Exactly. And then we'll Google you.
You can Google me.
A whole lot of Googling going on.
And then we'll be oogling. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, so a chilling story this week. So as if there wasn't enough to worry about this year, vampire bats, the bats with the scariest name in the animal kingdom, have now developed a taste for human blood.
Uh-oh.
Marriage
my
bats?
goodness.
Vampire bats.
Oh, marriage bats are much worse than vampire bats.
Anyway, so yeah.
Jose's not here to defend himself.
So researchers in Brazil found traces of human blood in vampire bat feces.
What were they doing looking at vampire bat feces?
What else are you going to do in the area?
It's like the thing to do in Brazil, apparently. No, it's
That in soccer.
a team from the Federal University of Pernambuco in Recife, Brazil. They analyzed 70 different samples from a colony of vampire bats living in Catimbau National Park.
Catimbau.
I know, Catimbau. So out of 15 samples that they were able to obtain DNA from, they found traces of human blood in 3 of them. They were very surprised because the species had not thought to have been adapted to feed on the blood of mammals. So the article goes on to say that vampire bats usually feed on birds, but due to human encroachment, they may have started moving on to the most dangerous game, human.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's kind of crazy because I feel like birds are harder to catch than us. Why did it take them that long?
I don't know.
Bats aren't
I
the
guess-
smartest creatures?
Yeah, okay.
I guess, like,
They're blind.
they can
Maybe
fly
just hit
too.
a
They can
human
catch
by
birds,
mistake.
but, humans are much bigger than them, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'm Batman.
So you could say that this news really sucks.
Guano.
I like your
Snow
Batman
cloud.
reference there, Jerry. Was that related to some discharge?
I have to ask my flash hand.
Yeah, so we can't be at J. Wakefield Brewing here in Wynwood without talking about Star Wars.
Heyo.
So recently, the name for Episode 8 was released, The Last Jedi. And I was just wondering, what the hell do you guys make of it? What do you think that means?
Right, and a lot of
Is it Rey? Is it Luke?
No. But the
Is
thing
it both of them? Because it's plural?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Jedi is plural.
No. In Episode 7,
Do they
in
say
the scroll,
Jedis?
the
There are
last
there are plenty
Jedi,
of Jedis.
the Last Jedi, comma, Luke Skywalker, comma, and it continues.
But it
The
could,
Last Jedi.
Oh, in the scroll down?
In the scroll down.
But it could be-
says,
but it
The
could be
Last
used either
Jedi,
way.
comma, Luke Skywalker. It's already there.
Well, it doesn't bode well for the franchise if Rey or Luke are the last Jedi. Where do we?
Doesn't bode well for the Jedi Order.
Well, for now.
Of course, I'm surprised it took them this long to.
This is
they-
also
they have
supposed
a-
to be,
They have a narrow dogmatic view of
this
the
is-
Force.
you know, this is also
of course, there's
suppo-
only one of them left.
This is supposed to be the darker one, right? I mean, if we're following the formula, so maybe I don't know. I kind of get a vibe like Luke passes on the mantle to Rey, and then we say bye bye to Luke.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Could be.
I think the Sith shall return. The Sith Empire, hopefully, in my opinion.
I've got a really out there one for this. Kind of going based on the books, so you can't always go by that.
Well, because they're non-canon anymore.
Right, exactly. None of that exists anymore. But I think what they're going to do, because Disney is so, we are going to pump out a movie every year of Star Wars, well then, hey, let's find a new galaxy. Because they always say in a galaxy far, far away, what happens if they go somewhere else?
They don't have intergalactic travel.
Oh, but you never know. Or
They
if
do have lightsabers.
Or if
Who
they
knows?
find
Hyperspace.
a planet of a newfound planet of Jedi. Like the new Jeddah. I don't know. I think they might open up the book to so they can keep going and pumping money out of it as much as they can. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to go back to the old days when you're talking about the old Republic, when it was millions of Jedi and millions of Sith Lords.
Right.
And so it's a whole universe. Of
Oh no,
that.
but there was a million. Oh, how far back are you going?
I'm talking the video game, Knights of the Old
a
Republic.
thousand years.
Thousands, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
5,000 years before the events of the original trilogy.
So, and that was the major conflict of just Jedi
That's-
and Sith trying to.
That's so
balance
funny
the
because in
universe.
episode 4 they already talk about it as the Old Republic.
Yeah. So I
Crazy
think,
how time flies.
yeah, I think that's how it might open up. So it'd be like just kind of like, oh, hint, hint. Here's something that we might do for way down the road once they close the chapter. As I said, this is the end of the Skywalker trilogy or saga.
Yeah.
So once they get past with that, they're going to keep making movies. They're not just going to be
Oh,
like,
hell
all right,
yeah,
we're done.
hell yeah.
We made enough money.
Yeah, it's going to be like
We made enough money.
the Fantastic Beasts is like it's trying to like start a new whole series in the J.K. Rowling Wizarding world.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
as for Last Jedi, like I think it's referring to plural Jedi. This was kind of like when the movie The Last Samurai came out. There was the same question, like, oh, is Tom Cruise the last samurai or whatever? But,
He was not.
He was running the whole time.
but no, it was like the
theory
plural,
here-
like the last
my theory
samurai.
upon all this is vampire bats. Last Jedi right there. That's how it's going to open up.
It's transmitting all the metachlorians to.
Now, you know, it's like the one thing that annoys me about the title is that I always like refer to Return of the Jedi as just Jedi. Now it's ambiguous. If you say Jedi, you don't know what movie you mean.
Well,
They
just
took
have
that
to
away
say-
from you, Tony.
Yeah, you just have to say Return of the Jedi now.
I know. Well, that's so many extra syllables.
Because you can't
You can
say
say you can say the return.
Life
or
is too
return.
short.
No, because there's only one
Return.
return, and that's
What are you
Return of the
gonna
King.
return? Blockbuster Video?
Return of the King.
That's
That's
New
Game of
Hope,
Thrones, right?
Empire,
Not Game of
Jedi.
Thrones,
That's
Lord of the
right.
Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
One ring, two.
I always, you know what I loved about Lord of the Rings is that the movies are so long I can fucking take a nap in the middle of them and wake up just in time for the battle at the end.
all they do is walk in those movies.
You take some short naps then.
I don't know. Take like an hour nap in the middle.
And that brings us to our fourth beer of the night.
Ooh, all right. So we're moving on here. Number 4. This is actually a really cool, unique beer. So we're about to sip on One Trick Pony. This is another collaboration with our friend Hanuk out of Omnipollo. And this is kind of a mashup of styles here. So this is a Lassi-inspired German-style Gosa. Those of you that are not familiar as to what a Lassi is, it is not the collie that's saving the little boy drowning as he's fishing.
What is a
So
Lassi?
a Lassi is it's like a drink from the Indian subcontinent where it's produced with yogurt, spices, and sometimes fruits. So this is inspired off of that drink. So we have introduced to this Berliner Weiss lactose to simulate the yogurt profile. We've added some sea salt in there. That will further enhance the profiles of the fruits that have been added. So we've got mangoes, we have got dragon fruit, and we've got passion fruit, all wrapped up in a real nice 7% alcohol by volume. So it's kind of really cool. I think of it as a mashup of Miami Madness meets DFPF meets this Lassi drink. Just very well-rounded, something completely different. I personally really dig how that salt brings out all those fruit characteristics. I mean, just phenomenal. And this will be one of the bottles that we are releasing on February 4th, along with DFPF and Brush.
Woo! I cannot say enough about this beer, frankly. From the color is magnificent. For me, the real star is the lactose.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was a crazy move, and it fucking paid off dividends. This thing is not like anything else I've ever drank before in my life. It is
the Death
fucking
Star
delicious.
of beer.
Yeah, it's like drinking a smoothie. Like
Yeah.
I still remember you sending that text like, "Wait till you guys try One Trick Pony."
Yeah, this is very similar to like when Madness had its big release day here at the brewery, and you had Madness Day with all the sours and Berliners, and there was over 20. It was incredible. If you love Berliners, you got to come when they do like a Madness Day or like upcoming on
February 4th.
Woo! And it was the first time that we ever did a cuvee of Madness and DFPF. It was the Cuvée de Wakefield.
Exactly.
And this is like that, but with the lactose, it's like what you said. It's a smoothie. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
You take out the guava, but you add the lactose. That gives that creamy, sweeter mouthfeel.
Oh.
And then that sea salt addition just really brings it all.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's so incredible. Like you have the dryness of the Goza style, but then you have the slick mouthfeel from the lactose. I mean, this beer's got everything you could ever want.
that actually like. So random tangent. You guys had the Berliner Bash some time.
Florida
some
Weiss
time
Bash.
Back. Yeah.
Florida Weiss Bash, yeah.
Are you guys planning on doing that again in the future?
It might make a reemergence. We did it for the first time, introducing just a plethora of sour beers to our city of Miami. And it's such a very rare style here within South Florida. Sour beers, Berliner Weisses, wild ales, very common, everywhere else. But again, as South Florida being very young in the craft beer scene, when you introduce, 20, 30 different kinds of sour beers and that's all you got, it takes a more developed experience or adventurous palate, so to say. So the first year was a lot of fun. It brought out more of the beer geeks, but it really wasn't something that brought out the general public. And we want to try to create something that everybody can enjoy. So that was something that we learned from the first time around. That was a festival that did originate up in the Tampa, Central Florida area, and it was known as the Berliner Bash then. Then we brought it down here to Miami, the Florida Weiss Bash. And it was a great success, but, it was still too young for its time, I think. Possibly in the future, we might see something like that go down again.
Definitely, especially as more breweries down here adopt the style and get more variations.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool.
That seems to be a trend now nationally. Is doing Berliner fruited Berliners. I see that from tons of breweries now.
This is such an interesting beer. I have to ask. You are a level 2 Cicerone, certified Cicerone.
Level 2.
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way. I don't think we took the time to congratulate you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What would you pair this with?
Ooh. All right. Right
Putting you
off
on
the bat.
spot.
I've got one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you want to go first?
All right, you tell me
Throw
if
it
I'm
down,
right,
brother.
All right. So I've got it's like a sweet barbecue pork that I do. And then it's got a pineapple that's stuffed into it with jalapenos.
Oh, dude, that sounds amazing.
And I think this would be a nice pairing with that.
That would definitely pair very well with that. Yeah, I agree, man. It's it's very hard to mess up a beer pairing. Beer is just so easily matched up with all kinds of culinary arts. They both have the same essence. You have that culinary artisanal aspect, working with different kinds of recipes and ingredients and hoping that they pair well together in the final product, right? But I would go for something. You could go heavy, meat-based, something very savory like that, and this can act like a marinade to kind of cut the fat from the pork or from whatever it might be. But even lighter fares, you could do a real nice, just a simple shrimp appetizer. You could do a ceviche base, something as simple as a salad, or really go out there and do something like a dark, deep fudge chocolate cake and let these passion fruit and dragon fruit notes kind of play off that chocolate like if it was a passion fruit chocolate cake, and that salt will just further enhance the fudge on that. You can have a lot of fun with this particular style.
Yeah, what came to mind for me was coconut rice.
Ooh,
with
I like
this beer.
that.
You're actually going to be talking a little bit about beer pairings, right? Is it next week on Tuesday?
Yeah, man. So very cool if you guys are in the Miami area, specifically Wynwood, Midtown area, sometime next week. It's going to be on Tuesday at 305 Brews. Real great friends of ours out there. They are a craft beer-centric bar with restaurant as well, focusing on the South Florida craft beer breweries. And they have just implemented a weekly beer class. And I get the opportunity to talk beer next week on Tuesday, January 31st. $20 gets you 5 different beer samples and includes light bites. And you get to hear me ramble on about beer. And we'll just shoot the shit, talk back and forth, get everybody involved, and have some fun. My main goal is just to kind of further help educate, our community as to what craft beer is and kind of take it into a different aspect, talking about tasting and more as far as how do you really taste and judge a beer, and what flavors can you combine that with to help you remember, these styles of beer. So more or less, I think that's what I'll be talking about. I might, it's going to be lots of improvisation, so I'll be jumping around here and there, but I'll try to keep it, steady.
Awesome. Can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
So let me ask you guys, what burns your bacon? Tony.
What? Come back to me.
When what burns my bacon? When you set a timer and then you don't hear it go off because the phone was on silent.
Oh,
And the fucking timer, you're just there like, oh, the timer hasn't gone off. And, you know, it could be laundry. It could be a fucking cake. Who the fuck knows what it is? But, you know, it just fucks up your day. That burns my bacon.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. You know what else burns my bacon? When you send a text to somebody and you're like having this conversation and they just stop talking back to you and you're like, what the hell are you doing? And then you realize, oh shit, I never sent that text. And you're like, fuck.
It happens to me with email at work.
Like, I do that shit all the time. Like, bro, what the hell's wrong with this asshole? And then it's like, oh, I never sent it to them.
Yeah, I'll be like waiting for someone to send me some information, and I realize I never asked them for it. Like I typed up the email, I just never hit send.
I guess something recently now in our so-called winter times of Miami, you wake up in the morning and you check the weather real quick, and it says, 59 degrees, 62 degrees. And then, you know, so you take your favorite hoodie out on the road that morning. You know, half an hour later.
Ooh, half an hour later.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
That's that 14.5% brush kicking in right about now.
I could do it like 3 times in that.
But, you know, then half an hour later, it's like a scorching hot day, and then you're stuck with this sweater, and you try to play cool because, you know, Miami's still going to be warm, so you don't wear a shirt underneath it, and then you're fucked wearing a sweater all day long.
You got to get the like the zipper hoodies.
Flash the chest, little curly cues going on.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Don't have a really big one for this week. Mine is... Hey!
This week.
All right. You burn my bacon. No. Sometimes, you know, you'll be playing video games online, bunch of random folks or whatever, and there's, for some reason, one person that's decided, I'm doing something very important right now, but I'm still going to play online, but I'm going to yell to whoever the other people in the household to do what needs to be done.
Mom, the meatloaf!
So you've got all of a sudden just someone yell, the baby's crying, go deal with it. You know, oh, the laundry's done. Go do the laundry. You know, like, can you focus? Like what's going on right now? If not,
like I'm trying to kill the horde.
Yeah, exactly. If not, you're hurting our team and you're hurting our chances of win. And that burns my bacon.
Would it matter if I told you it was just a game?
I know, but no, it's annoying to get yelled in the ear. It hurts your ear because they scream into the microphone.
The microphone is in their mouth and the person's far away.
Yeah, and they're yelling.
Kind of like we do on this show sometimes.
Loud noises.
What? We're always at a constant, reasonable volume. I don't know what show you're listening to.
I have the mixer in front of me.
Constant.
Raiders was watching me the whole show tonight. Just like, okay, who's talking? Let me turn them down.
Up.
Who's laughing? Let me put that person up.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably me. He has to turn me down a bunch.
So we appreciate being the sound guy there, Dave.
Mixmaster
You are
Dave.
the man.
And that brings us to our final beer of the night. A very special one.
Speaking of epic.
So we are wrapping up this evening with the 2016 batch of Diff Piff, also acronymed as DFPF. That's Dragon Fruit, Passion Fruit. This is our Florida Vice that helped put John up on the map many years ago. So we're actually sipping on last year's. This is a 4% Berliner Weiss brewed with Dragon Fruit, Passion Fruit. It's basically adult fruit juice. Now, I wish I had this year's batch so that we could all compare this, and you can see the completely huge difference, but you'll just have to wait a couple of weeks for that. But what's really exciting about the 2017 batch, we've really amped it up a bit. We've actually tweaked the grain bill. We've added about an extra 150 pounds of grains. That helps ante up the ABV. We've also added a few more, couple 100 pounds of fresh fruit to the batch as well. So what once originally started as 3.5%, then jumped to 4%, is now a 7% Florida Vice. Just super juicy, very refreshing, tart, sour. I mean, anything and everything that you want for in a hot summer South Florida day, just to be enjoyed with your buddies. I mean,
what do you guys think of the beer?
Oh, man, this beer was rated #1 in the world for its style. I mean,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I mean, ever since like I first tried this beer, it's like been a top 5 beer for me. Like,
And this is what I think our third time.
This might be its third or maybe even fourth appearance. At least third
Because
appearance.
I know we had it on our
at least the third
50th
appearance.
episode.
Yeah,
And I know
last time we were here, we had some DFPF also.
So maybe number 3.
So hearing that like the new batch is basically now an imperial version of DFPF from
pretty
how you're
much.
describing it, that's just like I'm just so excited for it now.
So it's interesting because it is more than it's doubled in alcohol by volume, but the body and the flavor and the mouthfeel still remains extremely light. So it's actually going to be a creeper. It's a little bit dangerous. You're just going to throw it down like no problem, but after your second one, be prepared to throw it down and party, man.
This is now known as the mighty.
You know how we do.
Dragon fruit, passion fruit.
The DDFPF.
There's going to be
FPF
some
squared.
extra penetration on this one.
guys, double dragon fruit passion fruit.
Yes.
Yes.
But this is actually holding up very well for
Yeah.
being last year's batch in the bottle. I normally cellar my beers in the fridge, kind of slows down the aging process. But this one I actually had in the closet. I threw it in the fridge last night to get
The
ready
cellar,
for
you mean, the
today.
cellar.
Fancy closet cellar. And it's drinking phenomenal, man. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's always exciting to see when you have a cellared and vintage ale. And when you crack it open, it's still drinking solid. Because every so often you might find, some off flavors, but this is just on point, man.
Yeah, especially for Berliners. Like, that could be a dangerous game to play, and this, perfecto.
Because I have a bottle of this in my cellar from last year. And I'm
Spectacular.
so happy right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I look at it every now and then. I'm like, damn, I should have drank that a while ago.
I
And
can never hold on to DFPF for long. I just like
It's a
I
hard
want it
thing
now.
to do, man. It's challenging.
And now I got it.
Make sure you hold on to that one so you can try to compare it with this year's batch.
Oh,
Maybe
I
do a
will.
little side by side. I mean, it's phenomenal.
So let me ask you guys, what was your favorite beer of the night?
What a tough night, man.
It is.
Yeah, I know. This happened last time we came here, actually.
between Brush, One Trick Pony, and DFPF, man.
I know those are all spectacular. But,
Man. I don't want to go first.
Yeah, like I'm already taking. All right, let's take DFPF out of it because that is the #1 rated Berliner in the world.
Manatees at the power plant was also really, really good.
I did like that a lot.
I think I'm going to have to go with Brush.
I'm gonna go with Brush.
I agree with you guys. I'm going brush bound. I mean, I love my sour beers, but I'm a Imperial Stout.
Yep, me too.
Lover at heart.
Me too.
Yeah, Brush. Yeah.
Tony?
It's such a tough call, but
Pick one, Tony. Do it.
you guys know
Do
my
it.
heart.
Do it, Tony.
At heart, I'm a sour guy.
So is
So-
it One Trick or Manatee?
No, One Trick Pony.
Oh, nice.
I really dug that. I really dug like
Yeah.
the fruitiness and the whole like lactose like smoothness like smoothie character it gives it. Like it's just like wow, it's like a really good beer. But that brush was so good too. Like
I mean, stouts will forever have my
it's
heart.
like a Sophie's choice of which beer's the best. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, do I want to use the left hand or the right hand? They're both going to win me the evening.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going with One Trick Pony also. Even though Brush is fucking phenomenal and stouts are my favorite style, especially Imperial adjunct stouts like that. But One Trick Pony really blew me away. It was really very original, very creative. I expect no less from this fine establishment.
5 stars.
Yeah.
So remember, as always, you can send us your questions, comments, ideas, insults,
Nudes.
to us. Facebook.com/BeerBrosBS. On Twitter and Instagram @BeerBrosBS. Find our ratings on Untapped. Email us any of those things. BeerBrosBS@gmail.com. JJ?
Yeah, and now available on Xbox and Windows platform via the podcast app. You can now download our show, which while you're gaming, you can listen to the podcast in the background while you're gaming.
That's
Amazing.
wicked, bro. Congrats, guys.
And as always, you can find everything on our website, beerbrosbs.com and .club. Why? Because why not?
Why not?
If you ever want to give us a call, we also have our own phone number,
The Beer Bros BS hotline.
which is 305-804-BIER. Beer.
Beer.
Very nice.
You had to go German there.
Yeah.
Okay, go German.
If you hit us on that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing, that you need us to have beers to bring.
We're accepting booty calls, nasty messages. We don't give a fuck.
Booty calls and beer.
I was gonna say
And
booty
it might
calls
actually
and
be 814. So I don't know who 804 is. I think it's 814.
It's 814.
Yeah. So
I
it's,
thought it was what is it? 127? No, 26, 27, 27.
so G Money, I want to thank you for having us at the brewery again.
Yes, thank you.
Guys, no, this is my ultimate pleasure. I mean, you guys have truly been awesome. Thank you again, as always, for all your support, bringing a beer or two throughout your sessions. Truly, thanks goes out to you guys. So thank you.
And as always, I'm Dave the Big Librarian.
I'm Tony.
JJ the Metal Chef.
Alex, the King of Alapata.
And
All right.
Alex G Money.
Good night, guys.
Cheers.
See you at Wakefest.
See you at Wakefest, motherfucker. Beer bros.
Beer bros.
Beer bros.
And BS.
Yes.